I know many of us are asking this question. We're about to get to the end of the year. But then, what have I really done? You might have gone through this year tired, discouraged. You really tried to achieve your goals. You really tried to do those things that you wanted to do. But then give up along the journey. Because you could not just find determination and discipline to continue. Well, I don't blame you. Growth, you see, is not convenient. There is no aspect of growth that is convenient. Be it academics, be it spiritual, be it purpose, be it work. No aspect of growth is convenient. There is also an adage that says that nothing good comes easy. You need to be ready to push beyond your limits. You need to be ready to push beyond your barriers. You see, the journey to growth is a very long one. Progress might be slow. Things might not come the way that you want it to come. But you need to look at the joy ahead, just as Jesus did. The Bible says that for the joy ahead, Jesus endured the cross. He despised the shame. He was looking at what was ahead of him. He was not looking at his present circumstance. He was not looking at the situation around him. He just kept his eyes on the goal. And that's what I'm bringing to you today. That you need to push beyond those limits. You need to push beyond those barricades. You need to push beyond those barriers. You can do this. And how can you even begin to push beyond these limits? Firstly, the act of self-discipline. There's a quote that says that successful people do the things that unsuccessful people do not do, whether they like it or not, whether they feel like it or not, whether it is convenient for them or not. So self-discipline is you governing yourself to do that right thing that you should do, whether you feel like it or not. See, it is easy to start out in excitement. It is easy to begin something with so much joy, you just want to start. But see, it takes discipline and resilience to stay through. Let me tell you a quick story. You see, there was a day I was coming back from church. It was in the night already. And then a lady stopped me. She just said to me, "Good evening, sis. Can I just share the gospel with you?" And I was wondering, who preaches by this time of the night? While she was talking, what I was just looking at was her resilience. It was somebody that must have set a goal that a day will not go by without me telling somebody about Jesus. So there was this resilience in her that she was not going to go home without telling anybody about Jesus. So when I got home that day, I pondered on it and I was like, really? And that was when I understood the concept of in season and out of season. That whether you like it or not, if you really want to do that very thing that you want to do, if you really want to get to that milestone that you've kept in your resolution for the year, you need to be resilient. You need to be disciplined that you want to achieve it. Because there will be hindrances. There will be days that you will get tired. There will be days that your energy will be on zero. There will be days where you don't feel like doing anything. You see, when I wanted to record this content, I was tired, I was sleepy. Because I really didn't sleep well the night before. My energy was on zero. What was I going to say to these people? But then, I just prayed and after that, I remembered, God brought it to my memory, consequence testing. So there's this thing I do for myself whenever I see that I'm struggling to do one very thing I'm supposed to do. I ask myself, what will be the rewards? What will be my excuse? How will I feel if I don't do it? And how will I feel if I do it? So once I'm able to answer these questions, once I know that this very thing I'm supposed to do is going to bring me much value, it's going to bring much fulfillment, then I just do it whether I feel like it or not. Also, sacrifice. Bishop Oyedepo always says that the scar of every star is sacrifice. I'm sure you must have heard of these stories that, I lived in a remote area where I lived. My parents were farmers, but now I am in this social university. I am one of their board members. You hear of stories like that. That they really didn't start where they didn't have a very good beginning. But one thing about these people is that they did not allow their background pull their backs to the ground. They paved through, irrespective of the circumstance. They were able to use the concept of sacrifice. Sacrifice is also you differentiating the good from the right. Many of us are clustered in doing so many good things that we've neglected the right thing. You see, you can do many good things, you can engage in many activities, you can, be everywhere doing good things, enjoying yourselves. But then you might not really be doing that right thing that you're supposed to do in that stage of your life. So you need to know the right thing to do. You need to be able to pay the sacrifice. Pay the price for greatness. Jeremiah Adekule says in his book, he said, the last thing that a winner will think of is to quit. And the last thing that a quitter will think of is to win. Nothing succeeds like excess. You need to be able to push beyond your comfort zone. You need to be able to push beyond what your environment is saying. You might not be in a very good environment. You might not be in a place where the patterns are so good, but you need to be able to push beyond. That's where the power of mindset comes in. That whether or not the people that have gone ahead have done well, I will make a difference. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Stop waiting for the perfect day. It might never come. Make do with that very thing that you have now. That very thing that you can do now, do it now. Make do with what you have. Invest in it. Be resolute. Take determination in your hands. Be disciplined. I know that the year is running to an end. And you might not have been able to do those very things that you kept in your New Year resolution. But then another year is coming. You can choose to live like this year or choose to be a better person next year. It's not really about what you set that you want to do. And your everyday counts. Make every day count. How am I going to add value to myself today? What more? Ask yourself, what more can I do today? You see, even the Bible says that blessed are they that do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. So you need to be hungry for more knowledge, hungry for improvement in that very thing that you are doing. What can I do today? You are an ambassador of Christ. You must represent God well. See, you are the architect of your own future. God has a purpose for you. I will always say that. God has a purpose for you. His purposes are final. It can't be edited. But you are the one that will choose whether you're going to work in that purpose or not. And it starts with you pushing beyond your limits. Because even based on the law of life, there are challenges that will come your way. There are obstacles that will come your way. But you need to be resolute. You need to be resilient. You need to be determined. You need to be disciplined. You need to pay sacrifice. You need to put sacrifice in place. Put structures in place. There was a time that I had this assignment that was really, really stressing me out. And then there will be days that I will just be doing the assignment and then I'm tired. I don't want to do it again. But then when I listen to people like Apostle Selman and he's saying that you must be diligent. You can't afford to sleep on your success. So listen to those people. It's me putting structures in place, and I can't be listening to that kind of message where it's charging me up to be diligent and then I'm sleepy. So then even when I'm sleepy, it just keeps me in check. And when I'm listening to DDK and she's saying that you can do hard things, rewire your mindset that you can do hard things. You're not made for doing easy things alone. Your audience are kings. You will not only remain in Jerusalem, you will go to Judea, you also go to the uttermost part of the earth. And you must be ready. You must be ready to push beyond the boundaries that come. You see, one thing about successful people is that they know how to push beyond boundaries. They know that this very thing that I'm chasing, it's not going to come easy. And we all know that nothing good comes easy. It's just that we don't want to pay the price of discomfort. We love the fame, we love the applause, we love the accolades that comes from it. But we're not ready to pay the price. We really want to be a better person in the next year. One thing that you should hold on to is that you are going to push beyond your limits. You don't stumble into success. You don't stumble. People will say, I stumbled on your video on TikTok. Stumble on it. Stumble. There was something that was done behind the scenes. It's not that you just stumbled on it. You see people that, this person just blew all of a sudden. It's not all of a sudden, no. The person has been consistent. The person has been doing things behind the scenes. I saw a post. One of my friends posted something on decluttering your life. Many of us have to declutter our lives. We are too clustered with many things. You are doing so many things. Your energy everywhere. Yeah. Only you need to set boundaries. What is that very thing that I need to do? There are things that you should do and there are things that you need to do. What is that thing that I need to do? Put your energy in that direction. And begin to push. Today, I came to ring an alarm. An alarm that is saying that you should wake up and step into what God has for you. It's not going to come easy. God has given you the grace and the strength already. But you need to walk. You need to put in the work. I had to learn this too. All through this year, I've listened to a lot of messages on diligence, discipline, resilience, and all those things. I've given you the grace too. I've given you the strength. I'm your God and your Father, but you need to put in the work. Remember, your dreams are valid. God does not want you in Jerusalem alone. He wants you in the uttermost part of the earth. Remember, your audience are kings. Don't stop until you begin to serve kings. Therefore, pursue with boldness, attack with audacity, and run with purpose. God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye.